Jared Vanderbilt earned the right to lead our show. He's one of the bench heroes from Sunday's win in Phoenix. 7 points and 7 boards in just 15 minutes. Luka Doncic did his part as always. He's the league's leading scorer at nearly 35 points per. Plus, he was Luka Claus for his teammates earlier this week. LeBron and the Lakers have the third best record in the West and look to keep it going tonight in Salt Lake City. Lakers and Jazz in 1 hour. Hello, welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Chris McGee along with my Carolina brothers. Big Game, James Worthy, and Danny Green, a couple of legends. Hi, guys.
What's happening?
You're back from the Cup. You guys were both at the Cup.
Yeah, I was there briefly.
Did you have fun?
I did. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good games, too.
Yeah, really good game. I planned on leaving early, but it was such a good game and good atmosphere. I stayed the whole game.
The number of alumni that were there. You just, like, Danny was there.
Yeah.
A lot of guys from the NBA, past and present, were there, and it was just a good vibe.
People love seeing Big Game, don't they?
Good vibe.
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend.
It was fun. It was fun.
First things first, and unfortunately, guys, we always have to start with the injury report because the Lakers, and you've heard this before, will be shorthanded tonight in Utah. Austin Reeves is still out, left calf strain, hoping to get him back for the Clipper game on Saturday. Same with DeAndre Ayton, left elbow soreness. He has been fantastic, hoping to get him back. Gabe Vincent, this was new, questionable lower back soreness. He is now listed as out. And Lauri Markkanen, this is a big one for Utah. He is out as well. So for the latest, let's check in with Mike Trudell, joining us from Salt Lake City, and he has a new bike. Hi, Mike.
Oh, that's right. Thank you to Luka Doncic for that one. And Geeter, welcome to Salt Lake City. So you mentioned Utah being without Markkanen. We already know that Walker Kessler is out for the year with his injuries. So, they are also in the position where, their pick this year is lottery protected through 8, and they've been pretty decent so far, right? Like 10 and 15. So, not saying that he isn't injured. Of course he is. I've been dealing with some back soreness, but this is that part of the year we've seen the last couple of seasons in Utah. So to be curious how they approach that from a developmental process. And then we go over to the Lakers side, and they're trying to win every game, surely, but pretty short-handed tonight. So we started with J.J. Redick just thinking, all right, no DeAndre Ayton, but Jackson Hayes has been playing some of his best basketball of his career. I wonder what J.J. Redick thought was the reason for some of the improvement and where he's seen that play out so far.
I think the biggest thing that he's continued to develop and started to last year is just a pocket decision maker, whether that's versus the blitz or not. His progression, his reads they've gotten much better. Going back to when we got Luka, developed it a little bit last year. We had some success with it, and he's been really good this year.
Looking back at last game, it's just all the offensive rebounds and the size and kind of the athleticism. Did you go back with your staff and look at something? Was that more with that specific matchup with Phoenix, or are there things that you saw that you think can kind of carry forward here, as in just lineup data, something with certain groups of guys playing together, like Vanderbilt plus LeBron or something like that?
If you're going to emphasize defense mentality, winning on the margins, then you need people that are going to crash and guard.
Over a quarter of the way into the season, but because of injuries and different things like that, you said like we haven't had like the type of consistency, maybe necessary to make like any real judgments about the group. That being said, as this team heads into this sort of next stage, like how well do you feel like you know this group? Like, do you have a real sense for what its identity can be?
Chaos.
Yeah, a lot of it. Why is that going to be this team's identity?
You gotta embrace the personalities we have and their idiosyncrasies.
All right, so there's J.J. Redick. And again, Geeter, Utah a little shorthanded, Lakers a little shorthanded. The Lakers did beat the Jazz here a couple of weeks ago in this building, and we'll see if they can do it again. Of course, they do have Luka Doncic and LeBron James in the starting lineup, and that's certainly a good place to start.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. We'll hear from you later in the show. And nothing new from Mike Trudell. Lakers shorthanded once again, and he mentioned Utah as well. Listen, the Lakers want to get it done. They want to get it done on the road. They're 11-3, which is third best in the NBA. And fellas, you weren't here. They are coming off a wild one on Sunday night. That game was flat out drunk, Big Game.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I saw some highlights, and I talked to a lot of people about it. the ending, the bullying that took place, the lead the Lakers had, and then to lose the lead, and then to almost
that was the game
almost lose the game. It wasn't a pleasant way to win, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I missed the beginning part of it, but I walked in right at the perfect time. You know, I was walking into a set, doing a podcast. I walked in right. I missed like beginning of the fourth, but right when the last 2 minutes to go, I walked in right. I was like, oh, 11, it's a good game. It's a solid win for the Lakers. You know, on the road, Phoenix is a good team. And the next, you know, things started crumbling. And then all these plays happened, some turnovers, a couple bad shots. They got hot. Dillon hit some shots. Book hit a shot or two. Gillespie hit a three. And then a couple calls down the stretch kind of made it mucky. It was messy. But, I mean, as a fan, it was fun to watch to see the back and forth. But as a person that's watching, like as a basketball player, or like if a coach, you will, not that I'm a coach.
Yeah.
You look at like, man, this is really messy.
Yeah, up 20, 7.5 minutes, about to go up 22, and then it was no longer. Yeah. But they got the win. So no AR tonight, no DeAndre Ayton, no Gabe Vincent. So LeBron, Luka combo, they'll be your big two. Luka mentioned this, that he and LeBron had a meeting with JJ, and I'm not sure if it's just those two or the whole team, but how he needs a little more on the defensive end from his superstars. And Luka admitted to that, like, hey, I want to get back to where I was in the beginning of the season defensively. But listen, big game, bottom line, those two are always going to be the tone setters for this team.
Yeah, of course. And, it's a coach's job to kind of, correct what he sees on video, what his coaching staff sees. And I think the great ones, they respect that, and they know that they have to, pick it up on both ends of the court. But these guys are professionals, and I think professionals, they kind of accept that constructive monitoring of themselves, constructive criticism, if you will, and they go out and try to, lead as the leaders.
I mean, defense is always going to be an emphasis, right? If you want to win championships, they say it for a reason. With Luka, of course, you want him to play better defense. But for me, when I was watching the game the other night, the last game, it was more so the offense down the stretch and the dry possessions.
Almost playing not to lose.
Yeah, and it just had too many bad shots, too many dry possessions, not enough moving the ball. Turnover, like small things. That's how Phoenix got into the game. And give Phoenix some credit. Ryan Dunn had a really good defensive outing. He played it, especially on the last possession against Luka. Luka couldn't get to a step back. He had to throw it to Bron. Bron got fouled. But even before that, there was a lot of plays, too many dry possessions, which ultimately hurts your defense. It's hard to get back in transition. It's hard to guard guys if you turn the ball over or take bad shots or have dry possessions. So even if he doesn't have great defensive outing, offensively he does better. It makes his defense so much more, look better.
Yeah, and there's always that thing in sports when you have a team on the ropes and they're about to wave the white flag and they give you that one more burst, having that notion and that mindset of putting them away.
Exactly. And
the game with 5 minutes.
They have to find that. They have to find that. And with AR not being there, it's him and Bron. They have to be the closers. They have to be the clutch guys, keep the team poised, and kind of find ways to get the lid off the basket and not only get stops, but get some scores as well.
All right, guys. Jackson Hayes had 12 points and 9 rebounds Sunday in Phoenix, and the Lakers needed every one of them, holding off the Suns by 2 points in the win, and he had one of the dunks of the year. Lakers and Jazz coming up at the top of the hour. Plus, DeAndre Ayton tonight. No DeAndre Ayton, but he's been a perfect fit for the purple and gold. After the break, we'll show you how DA is getting it done off the court.